So in 1956, Sudan got its independence from Britain. But this wasn't a liberation, it was a handover. The British left, but the Northern Arab elite they had spent 50 years building up simply stepped into the shoes and kept the machine running at full speed. The first order of business for the new state was to decide who counted. And their answer was Arabization, or Tarib. This wasn't just a cultural preference, it was a state-sponsored project of identity engineering. They made Arabic the sole official language and based the entire legal system on Sharia law. Overnight, if you were non-Arab, non-Muslim, or even just a Muslim who didn't fit their narrow racial and cultural profile, you were officially a second-class citizen in your own country. This is the bitter irony of post-colonial Sudan. The new rulers used the tools of the colonial state to finish the job that the British started. They took the blueprint for division and called it a national unity project. And underpinning this entire project was a ghost from the slave trade era. The deep-seated prejudice that associated blackness with servitude. The derogatory term abid, which means slave, didn't disappear. It became a casual, brutal weapon used to remind dark-skinned Sudanese of their so-called place. The state's new ideology gave this old racism the full weight of law. Unsurprisingly, the reaction was swift. The very year before independence, in 1955, Southern Army officers rebelled and sparked what would become the first Sudanese Civil War, a conflict that would rage for 17 years. This was not an isolated incident. It was a direct, inevitable consequence of building a state for one group at the exclusion of all others. The Southern Rebellion wasn't fighting for secession at first. They were fighting for a simple, radical idea, a Sudan that belonged to all of its people. They were fighting against a government that was performing a cultural lobotomy on the nation, trying to surgically remove every part that wasn't Arab enough. This war set a brutal pattern, one of massacre, famine, and displacement that would become the regime's standard playbook for dealing with any region that dared to challenge its imposed identity.